Wartet mal. Yeah! Hier kann ich sein. Hier kann ich sein. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Voices in my head. Hello, hello, welcome to the West. You love, we live, we love, we love. Wir machen jetzt ein neues Projekt. Das heißen Endless Game. Wir machen jetzt 2 oder 3 Ordner, glaube ich. Einer für die Assets. Einen für die Scripts. Und einen für die Scenes. Gehen auf die Assets. Gehen hier auf Data Manager. Gehen auf die Downloads. Gehen hier auf Breakies. Und jetzt haben wir hier alles drinne. Geht auf 2D.
Player 1.0. So let's create a scene where we'll put everything together. This is going to be a 2D game, so I'll select 2D scene. And let's rename this from Node 2D to Game. And even though it's empty, let's go ahead and save it. So hit Ctrl S, go under Scenes, and let's save it here. And now we can actually play our game. It's not going to be very exciting, but
gut, und jetzt mit mir spielen. Müssen wir kurz warten, dann ja, guck, passiert hier eigentlich gar nicht. Wir probieren das Spiel dann auch später. Also Publishen ist ganz einfach. Wir machen eine 2D-Szene wieder. Ne, eigentlich brauchen wir 2D-Szene nicht. Nicht speichern. Dann gehen wir hier auf Animated Sprite. Dann gehen wir hier auf Assets, Sprites. Hier auf die Assets habe ich gesagt. Dann auf Sprites. Hallo, wo sind denn die ganzen... Kopieren wir einfach hier ausschneiden. Gehen wir hier, machen wir Gehen wir auf die beiden Assets. Dateimanager öffnen. Und jetzt. Ja, jetzt funktioniert's. Jetzt können wir hier auf Assets und jetzt auf Sprites und dann haben wir hier den Knight hier. Also das heißt, haben wir hier, müssen wir das hier auf 8x8. Und jetzt. Das wird dann seine eigene Animation. Oh, der sieht nicht gut aus. Projekt. Hier auf die Einstellungen, dann gehen wir hier auf Texturen. Jetzt gehen wir auf Schließen. So, ne? Spielen mal. Das wird jetzt eine Animation. Dann gehen wir auf Game. Und wenn wir uns. Nee, wartet. Müssen wir noch sichern. Bei Scenes, glaube ich. Und dann gehen wir auf Game. Das muss auch nicht. Das tut mir halt leid, aber irgendwie bekomme ich es nicht hin. Ich kann halt den Chat nicht lesen, das ist halt auch blöd. Animated Sprite. Das wird wieder neu machen. Gehen wir auf Animation, leer, neues. Müssen wir halt schon wieder hier alles auf neu dann. Okay, jetzt können wir auf Speichern, dann gehen wir auf Sprites. Gehen wir hier auf die Sprites und dann hier speichern. Und dann gehen wir hier bei Assets auf Sprites. Und da haben wir eine und noch eine Kamera 2D. Ist ein bisschen zu groß. Man muss, glaube ich, mal 4x4. Ich gebe mal nochmal auf Play. Und da ist er, ein Charakter, der eine Animation spielt. Brauche jetzt nur noch einen Script. Wie funktioniert das?
But let's try it out. So let's hit play up here or simply press F5. It's going to tell us that we haven't selected a main scene. We need to tell Godot which scene to run. I'm just going to press select current, and you can see that our game scene becomes blue to let us know that this is now our main scene. And as you can see, not much is happening here. Pressing the plot. As you can see, this is a 2D physics body that is special to be able to we can add another image on the right body 2D to change things. And we want to let's click tiny icon into our asset. As you can see, I've gone ahead and packed all the different sprite frames of the knight's animation into a single image. This is called a sprite sheet.
Wir müssen doch auf Character Body und jetzt können wir Animated Sprite. Schlange brauchen für einen Charakter. Brauchen keine Gegner eigentlich. Der braucht jetzt, habe ich auch noch eine Kollision, glaube ich. Collision Shape, die in den Character Body muss. Muss einfach nur jetzt im Kreis sein. Okay.
It's a very efficient way of working with lots of sprites, such as when doing animation. Otherwise, we would have to create an image for each single frame, which would quickly become an unmanageable amount of files. Now, to start adding these frames in, we first need to configure the grid here. Currently it's set to 4 by 4. Let's go ahead and increase this. I've created an 8 by 8 grid here. And as you can see, each frame now has its own grid cell. And let's just start by adding the idle animation. To do this, we simply click the frames in the order that we would like. So I'm going to go from the left-hand side here and click. As you can see, it says this to 0, the first frame. Then I'm going to click the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And now it goes from 0 to 3, and we'll play from left to right. We can always click again to remove. And this is how you can quickly build an animation from different parts of your sprite sheet. So I'll select these 4 frames and hit add frames. Now let's hit F to center our character on the screen. And I'm going to use the scroll wheel to zoom in. We can also click and drag with Godot is going to art project. Your filter, that looks great. I'm going to rename the shirt plate kind of stat. But as you can see, it's going to say that, and this is Big 6, we need a new node. I'm going to our actual, and in Collider is that the top node here to player. Now we can go into our game scene and simply drag our player in here. So I'm going to go to the top here and drag in the player. We also need to
player. When player is shown in the game.
To create a camera so that we can control what is currently being shown. So let's add a new node, hit Ctrl A, search for camera 2D, hit create. And now if we press F, we can see that we have this huge camera viewport player. That is, we need to add a scene and split. Of course we're going to do.
Dann hier oben dann erstellen.
Do some programming in this video, but but writing player movement can quickly become a bit overwhelming. So for now we'll use the basic movement template provided by Godot. Then later we'll go in and modify it to play different animations and rebind input to the keys we'd like to use. As for the path here, I'm going to make sure that we put this inside of our scripts folder, and let's just name it player. Let's hit create, and as you can see,
Alter. Nein. Was ist denn heute mit Godot los? Wenn ich noch einmal diesen scheiß Skript hier sehe, ich... Wir brauchen jetzt wo ist hier nochmal? Ich glaube, es war Character. Alter! Character Body. Call. Nee. Wo sichern wir den Player? Wo sichern wir den Player?
we can see that we have this huge camera viewport. This is definitely a bit smaller than the graphics if you need to. Having colliders that are too large is simply going to be frustrating when playing. So let's now rename the top node here to player. And let's save the scene, Ctrl S, as player, hit save. And now we can go into our game scene and simply drag our player in here. So I'm going to go to the top here and drag in the player. We also need to create a camera so that we can control what is currently being shown. So let's add it.
Oh, wir haben jetzt 2. Den können wir rauslöschen. Und jetzt probieren wir es mal aus. Gut, das ist gut.
Add a new node, hit Ctrl A, search for camera 2D, hit create, and now if we press F, we can see that we have this huge camera viewport. This is definitely currently too large, so
haben wir hier schon Kamera 2D? Ah ja,
let's zoom in on our camera. I'm going to set the zoom here to 4x4 and simply click and drag our camera to be on top of the player. And now we can try playing our game. And there you go. We now have a player that is playing at a screen, and with our player node selected, let's press this Add Script button. Here we can choose a template. Of course, we're going to do some programming in this video, but writing player movement can quickly become a bit overwhelming. So for now, we'll use the basic movement template provided by Godot. Then later, we'll go in and modify it to play different animations and rebind input to the keys we'd like to use. As for the path here, I'm going to make sure that we put this inside of our scripts folder, and let's just name it player. Let's hit create, and as you can see, this creates a script that will move around our character. I know that this...
Ey. Hier nehmen wir, glaube ich, mal lieber Player. Scheiße, Mücke, Digga. Collision Shape brauchen. Oder? Brauchen wir Collision Shape? Nö.
This might say also here has a collider, but it doesn't have anything to collide with. So in our game, I'm going to go back to the 2D view at the top here. This is where we can change from script view to 2D. Let's add a new node. So let's hit the plus sign. Let's add a static body to 2D. And this is another type of physics body. It's the one we use for things that don't need to move. That's why it's called static. So it's perfect for creating some ground. Let's hit create. And again, this is going to give us this warning here that it needs a shape. So let's add a collision shape. So I'm going to hit Control A, search for collision shape. And for the shape here, we're going to create
Okay. Würde mal sagen, das sieht eigentlich gut aus. Und ich glaube, wir müssen eigentlich die Kamera zu die in den Spieler reinmachen, dass der Spieler verfolgt. Nein. Warum ist hier jetzt ein Debugger? Was ist ein Debugger? Ich will doch den nicht mehr. Ich will den doch nicht mehr. Was ist denn jetzt wieder der Debugger? Alter. Weißt du, alles weg, Digga. Das ist mir jetzt scheiß. Egal. Ich will den Skript nicht mehr. Guck. Ich bekomme ja auch keine nervigen und blöde Nachrichten. Das freut mich.
To create a new world boundary shape. The world boundary is a type of collider that is perfect for stuff like, well, world boundaries, because it's going to extend infinitely on the horizontal axis here. So as you can see, it's currently pointing up. We could also point it to the side here, and now it's going to extend infinitely on the vertical. I'm gonna hit Ctrl Z to undo that. Instead, I'm gonna select the entire static body here. I'm gonna change to the Move tool by pressing this icon here or simply W on the keyboard, and I'm going to move it down under our character. Then I'm going to go back to our select tool, which is here, or simply press Q. And while our collider doesn't have any graphics, it's going to be invisible, move around using the arrow keys, kiss jump our game. I think less now when we play. For currently building 1.0. So to build our world,
Brauchen jetzt glaube ich hier die. Jetzt brauchen wir glaube ich die Tile Map. Nice tile set.
well, let's begin by removing our collider here. We're going to build an actual ground for him to stand on. And let's instead add a tile map node. So let's press new node and search for tile map. Now, the most common way to create levels in 2D is by using tiles. In other words, we build our game world by drawing different tiles onto a grid. This is a great way to work because we can create a lot of varied levels using just a few tiles. The tile assets we use to paint are normally packed together into one big image, just like our player was. This is called the tile set. So the tile set is a collection of tiles that we can use to paint from, and the tile map that we just created is the node we use to paint these tiles into our world. So to start painting on our tile map, we need to add a tile set. So in our inspector under tile set, we'll create a new tile set, and if we press it here, we get to configure some things about it.
Okay. Dann muss es hier oben weitergehen. Oh Mann, das ist echt stressig. This 104 days summer vacation. This 104 days summer vacation. Ich wollte mal gerade was gucken, aber ne. Remember me. Do I have to say goodbye? Do even I have away? I hold you in my Remember me. Do I have to say goodbye? Remember me. Do hold you in my heart. Somehow I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. Okay. Ich hole mir das Tiled Map. Ich glaube, wir gehen nie wieder auf diese App, Digga. Ich muss jetzt den Stream, glaube ich, zu Xgamer live. Glaube ich mal. Oh, meine Webcam ist, glaube ich, geschmolzen, oder? Nee, ist sie nicht. Oh, doch ein bisschen. Warum ist es meine Facecam, Mann? Warum geht die immer an? Yo, whoa, 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 yeah, yeah. Wir probieren das jetzt ganz schnell zu machen. Okay. und ab jetzt. Wir müssen das so schnell durchspielen, wie wir können. Wer ist der Erste? Ich lasse immer Albert Sky rein. Bei Hello muss auch, glaube ich, immer so ein Ausrufezeichen. Taust. Jetzt hier, glaube ich. Ich glaube, das war jetzt der Fake. Please shut the fuck up and go away so I can win. Away, I hold you in my heart. Das ist ein Ballon. Ich hatte am Donnerstag Geburtstag. Go and mother. Oh my god. Though even I am far away. Wen haben wir immer noch nicht? Wie schnell! Wie einfach und schnell! Ich habe mir einen Ordner gemacht mit verschiedenen Game Engines. Da war auch Godot dabei. Und jetzt spielen wir Killers with Fire Heatwave. Ich hasse dieses Spiel. Ich hasse dieses Spiel. Ich hasse dieses Spiel. Though even I am far away, I hold you in my heart.
So let's hit the plus sign. Let's add.
Aber es ist ein gutes Tutorial. Das will ich jetzt geben mal. Oh, forever nie.
Jetzt bei Aldi Talk starten und sparen. Hol dir dein Aldi Talk Starter-Set inklusive.
Okay, so real quick, I got a comment from CJ saying, hey, did you know that if you kill 2 neighbors that are not fake, you automatically beat the game? It's pretty simple, so many people use this trick to win Nightmare mode. Was it just that easy all along? Okay guys, so starting out, honestly, not gonna lie, I was always going to do some type of killing all the neighbors mode and see what happens. But this time, we're actually gonna do it. So let's go ahead. Hey girl, what's good? You ready to die? Woo! Love monsters and you can continue your job. Okay, let's just hope that that person was innocent. That sounds bad. But let's just hope that that person was innocent and now we can just kind of like end this round in like 2 seconds, and that will be great. Bye! You have contacted the DTD. What, were they good? Why is the round still going? Or was I lied to? Oh, what the freak is that? Deke! What the freak is that? Hey, Boo. Did you notice there's something behind you? Just a little bit to the left. To the right. I just let you in. But no. We are on a mission to just block everyone coming through. The freak is that thing forming in the background? Is that because I'm just like killing innocent people? Maybe? Let's go ahead and see what happens if we continuously like go off the people! I don't wanna! Oh, I feel like it's is it ah! What the freak?
Okay, that's it. Jetzt können wir. Bitte aber nicht so laut, okay? Bitte. Nee, ich spiele aber jetzt. Ich spiele das hier. Ich spiele jetzt das hier. Ich spiele das. Oh ne. What the fuck ist das für eine? Was ist das für eine Spinne? Was war denn das für eine? Wow! Was ist denn das für eine Spinne? Ah! Da ist auch eine. Kill sie doch! Das sind Jungspinnen. Das für Spinnen. Hier war auch noch so eine. Da war wieder eine Jungspinne hier. Ja! Da ist nix. Doch, da war was! Blind. Ich mach mal kurz mein Fenster zu. Ich hab Hunger, ich esse jetzt Chips. Und ich esse auch wieder Sauercreme. Oh mein Gott, da war etwas an meinem Arm. Da war irgendwas an mir. Da war irgendwas an mir. Ich mag halt keinen Scheiß, aber irgendwas war an mir. Und es hat sich halt auch wirklich genauso wie eine Spinne angefühlt. Ja, Jungspinne war's. Welcher Wandschrank? Es war wieder so eine rote. Jungspinner. Ihr könnt mir nicht ins Kommen, Spinnis. Nach Skeletten. Wo ist denn die Wandschranktür? verstecken sich gerne hinter Bildern. Das ist eine Sache, wie ich weiß. Digga. Ist es eine Jungspinne? Ja, es ist eine Jung. Oder? Wir haben es, glaube ich, geschafft. Das haben sie wirklich schlau gemacht. Das will ich es wirklich geben. Das war wirklich schlau, Leute. Boah, Digga, wie springen die? Ich hasse das Spiel. Ja, das sehe ich schon eine. Nur sogar zwei. Alter, wie viele! Digga, warum ziehst du nicht weg? Digga. Vor einfach so unter dem Tisch, das wäre ja so schlau, Digga. Ey, ich mag das Spiel nicht. Alter. Alter, einfach so. Alter. Ey. Digga, ich spüre die ganze Zeit so Sachen an mir. Ballon. Ich gehe jetzt nochmal. Ich will nochmal. Ich will mir nochmal die Chips angucken. Ah! Alter! Haha! Ich bin nicht doof. Ich komme nicht mehr. Sigma! Sigma! Da steht Sigma! Da steht Sigma! Da steht Sigma! Bin fertig mit dem Spiel. Oh mein Gott! Die ist hier drin irgendwo. Die ist in einer von denen hier. Wir müssen gleich die Fun-Winter benutzen, vielleicht. Okay. Zeit für den Abwasch. Ich stelle das Auto in Flammen. Ja! Die war da. So viele wir gejagt haben. Wie viele Spinnen sind in dem Haus, bitte? Da ist einfach so random eine Spinne hinter mir. Einfach so die Roblox-Stores-Geräusche, geil einfach. Und hier ist das nächste ist. Tier erschlagen. Oh ja. Ekelhaft. Einfach nur ekelhaft. Das ist einfach nur ein ekelhaftes Spiel, Digga.
Mommy, I don't wanna play this.
Yes! Yes! Who made this? I'm out. I'm out. Bye. Das nicht mehr spielen. Oh Mann. Das ist ein so richtig geiles Spiel einfach, Digga. Hat My Singing Monsters ein neues Update? Oh! Cool. Also hat ein neues Update. Okay, so.
Und pitchst, weil niemand der Baum widerstehen kann. Aber das ist eigentlich, wenn
In seinem komischen.
Ready, chat? You ready? Alright, let's see what this is. Chat, we can actually play, we're good. Wait, what? Where's full screen? Here we go. Chat, is Flunkies 2 more difficult than Flunkies 1? Chat, is Flunkies 2 more difficult than Flunkies 1? Yes. No way. Prediction? Yeah, we can do it. Just lock in, chat. There's a prediction. Run it up. Chat, there's a prediction. Run it up. Let's see how many people are doubting me right now. Oh my goodness. Look at the amount of doubters that are gambling against me. This is outrageous. TikTok, come to my Twitch if you want to gamble. If I win or lose or not. My Twitch is in my TikTok bio if you want to gamble. Just walk in. Chat, type 1 if you believe. Chat, type 1 if you believe right now. Let's go. Flumpty's 1 was pretty difficult. Survive till 6 a.m. Okay. GG, I'm dead. What is this?
Welcome one and all the Flumpty Bumpties. If your lights turned off, then you're safe. If your lights are on, they'll come find you and give you a brand new face.
What? Oh, nah. Chat, help. Chat, help. When do I turn the light off? When do I know to turn the light off? Oh my God. He's so cute. It's a giant killer egg trying to kill me. You think he's cute? What is this? Oh, this is horrifying. Chat, please. There was somebody in the left vent. Chat, I'm panicking. Chat, I'm panicking. Chat, I'm panicking. Chat, I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Please help. Which cameras are most important? Am I cooking? Chat, am I cooking?
Mit anderen Browsern wird euer Gameplay ganz genau so aussehen. Es wird immer rumlaggen und ihr bekommt irgendwelche Fehlermeldungen. Und ihr habt da...
Pay him up.
Okay.
Yo. Wait, so what did I do wrong? Chat, what did I do wrong right there? Somebody give me a tip.
Welcome one and all the Flumpty Bumpties. If your lights turned off, then you're safe.
Yeah.
If your lights are on, they'll come find you and give you a brand new face.
Yeah. How long do I need to keep the lights off forever, chat? Yo, he is kind of chilling though, I'm not gonna lie. Chat. Type 1 if you have faith right now. Look on cam 7. What's cam 7? out D. How did it kill me? Chad, how did it kill me?
Du suchst eine tolle Unterkunft auf Airbnb? Schau einfach, was andere Gäste toll fanden.
War super.
Lieb ich. Sticky. Entdecke Gästefavoriten. Die beliebtesten Unterkünfte auf Airbnb.
Passt? Deal. Einkreisen, suchen, finden. Mit Circle to Search. Hol dir jetzt dein Samsung Galaxy S24 ab.
That's not my neighborhood. What's new in the update, chat? Oh my goodness, nightmare mode. Nightmare mode? It's not recommended for new players, but we have like, chat, we got a few hours. Do we do nightmare mode? Wait, they added new characters too, right? That's new. Type 1 if we're doing nightmare mode, chat. Let's go. Everybody lock in right here, okay? If you let somebody in, we literally die. So we can't make any mistakes. Lock in. Yo, this is cool. Y'all love people to watch this. I ain't seen it in this. Is this different than it was? Of course y'all are running predictions, man. Oh, this is a different. Remember, chat, if we get one wrong, we die in this mode. Do you think we can beat Nightmare mode? Bro, that'd be so cool. Look at the eyes. Chat right here. Oh my goodness, this looks great. Are we supposed to let him in? He's on the list, but he literally said greetings human. What? He lives on the 3rd floor, 3rd room. Let's call his apartment. He lives with whoever this is. All right, chat. 4242. Lock in. Is this a Slipknot reference? Do we let him through? face tattoos, serious gaze, long nose, sharp teeth. I can't tell if he has sharp teeth or not. Everything seems good here. I'm letting him in. His eyes? Wait, are his eyes supposed to be red? I'm letting him in. What? Pay him up. Okay, this really is going to be difficult. Chat, we are going to have to ban everybody, by the way. Ban everybody that said yes. You're all cooked. Chat, we are going to have to seriously lock in to do this, okay? We are going to have to seriously lock in. Type 1 if you're locked in. Let's go. Lock in, chat. It threw me off because normally you let like the normal people in, but these are like all monsters. You're on the list. Where's your ID? Okay. You live second floor, fourth room. Nine eyes. Chat, count the eyes. 9 eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 eyes. Levitates, has a halo, speaks Wait, she didn't speak telepathically though. She spoke with her voice. The name's wrong on the ID? No. Chad, is she good to go? Call? Yeah, you're right. We're going to call her. We're going to call... Okay, 1346, chat. 1346. You think we're going to be able to beat this, chat? What did I just do? No, I messed up. 1, 3, 4, 6. Lucky. Check the ID number? Yeah. Not home. She's not home. Let's check the ID number. 6346 63646 63646 3636 466463. Do we let her in?
Belebe deine Haut mit dem neuen Hydra Energy Vitamin C Serum mit 10%
Passiert.
purem Vitamin C von L'Oreal den Expert.
Sommerdeals bei Auto.
Don't take my banger.
We had a heartbreaking defeat the night before last. Last night was a struggle on Granny 1, and we died on Granny 2. If you don't know what the Granny Gauntlet 2.0 is, we're playing all 3 Granny games in a row without taking a single hit in any one of the games on hard mode. Type 1 if you're locked in, chat. Let's go. This is it. Tonight's the night. I'm beating this right here. Right here, right now. Don't doubt me. Let's get it done. Chat, let's get it done. There's a prediction, chat. Run it up. Let that be us. Killer with the shotgun. So I can have a minute to do everything. This might have been the best seed we could have ever gotten. Chat, be honest, they owed me this. Did they not owe me this? After what happened last night, they owed me this, dude. GG, Granny. I'll see you in Granny 2, Granny. Yo, Jimbo with the 5, appreciate you. That was, chat, that was unironically maybe the best seed in Granny history, I'm not gonna lie. They owed me though. Let's hope for another one. Chat, everybody type good seed. Everybody type good seed, Granny 2 time. Yo, Killer Clown with 25 gifted, give me some W's for Killer Clown. With the 25 gifted, appreciate you, Killer Clown. Let's go. Good seed on Granny 2, too. Come on. Yo, Lord with the 5, appreciate you. We died here yesterday. Yo, I'm low-key nervous, chat. I forgot about those.
Ah, da ist er ja. Hi, ich versuche gerade diese Datenmengen in den Griff zu kriegen.
Nutzt doch Saswire.
Saswire? Ah! Oh!
Oh, wow. Der schnellste Weg von 1 Milliarde Datenpunkten zu einem Standpunkt. Saswire.
Der unwiderstehliche Genuss aus Haselnusscreme, Milchcreme...
Ich hab gedacht, das hängt wegen der Werbung. Ach so, ich weiß, warum es hängt.
So you're telling me this is all we need for the chopper, chat? Where do you put this at? I've never done chopper. Where does the duct tape go? I don't know where the... Oh. No way. No shot! No way! Let's go! Granny 3, here we go! I've never done this one. Chat, we've never done this exit and we just did into the gauntlet. No shot. Yo! Alright, chat, Granny 3, lock in. Chat, Granny 3, lock in. Let's go. That was so dope. That was so cool. Go. Please, I'm begging you. Please, I'm begging you, go. Please go. Is this the end of the game? Yes! Let's go! Come on! Yes! Chad, let's go, man! I was here! Dude! Oh my god! Chad, dude, we did it, man! We literally did it! All 3 grannies hitless hard mode! Let's go, man! Bro! Bro! Yo, Killer Clown with the 50 gifted W, Killer Clown! For the 50 mayonnaise with the 5! Queso with the 5! Chat. I'm so happy right now, bro. This is like low-key. This is honestly like low-key better than Night 7, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, bro. Dude, I do just the amount of stress.
Granny 10, Digga. Was? Nein! Das gibt's nicht. Mit Unreal Engine. Alter. Das ist voll cool. Das sieht voll geil aus. Mega. Mama kann gerade voll Screen. Diesen Crouch-Button, der gibt mir gerade nicht um die Nerven. Der ist ja super versteckt. Warum gerade nicht im Sync? Chat, this game weird. Wer redet da eigentlich? Why is this? Why is there everything with blood? Why are there? No, this is. Kids, don't watch this. Like actually. Wer redet hier? Oh fuck, there's Granny. Wie ist denn das passiert? Wow. Wer redet hier eigentlich ganz Zeit? Irgendwie ist es wirklich geil gemacht. Wisst ihr, was ich mich frage? Wie wurde, was war das erste Spielprogrammier-App? Und wie wurde das hergestellt?
Unity or Unreal?
Construct 3 or Unity? From Unity to Godot?
Should you use game maker?
Unreal or Construct 3?
RPG Maker. Switched away from Unreal to Scratch.
Thanks, Unity.
I love Godot.
Not to use Godot.
Unity equals bad game.
Over to Unreal from Godot.
Unity
Versus Unreal.
G-Develop.
Pick an engine.
Godot game engine?
Construct.
RPG Maker.
G-Develop.
Unity.
Unreal. We're switching to...
There's more game engines than Unity? I'm kidding. Of course there are. There's a whole bunch of them. And as you can tell, people have strong opinions about which engine to use. So today I'm going to see what all the fuss is about for myself and make the same simple game in 8 of the most popular game engines.
So let's get to it. We'll start with Unity just because it's the most popular engine and it's the one I'm most familiar with. And by that, I mean it's the only one I've ever used. These are some popular games made with Unity. And of course, we can't forget about the highest tier games made by yours truly. Anyway, today we're gonna make a simple catch game. So first we gotta make our gameplay area or level. Luckily, Unity has a pretty big asset store where you can find lots of 3D models for your projects. I found this nice low poly asset bundle for cheap that I've been using a lot lately. So I made a gameplay area out of that. Then I found this free character model to serve as our player. We'll just plop him right into the game. And this bag of grain will serve as the falling object that our player has to catch. Now with all of our game objects in the game, we want to give them some functionality. The way you do this in Unity is by writing C# code in something called a script. So I put a script in the player that makes the player move when you push the arrow keys. There's a script on the bag of grain that tells it to disappear when the player touches it, and there's a script inside the score up here that says, when the player touches the bag of grain, add 1 point to the score. So in this way, all of our game objects and scripts work together to make our tiny little game come to life. And that's all there is to it really. Now of course I glossed over a couple things, and there are way more complexities that come with making a bigger game, but luckily Unity is well suited to handle almost all of them. Overall, I'd say Unity is a great all-purpose engine. Next up is Unreal Engine. I have to admit I was a little intimidated to try Unreal because it has a reputation for having a steep learning curve. It's capable of creating truly impressive graphics in games like these. But can I harness even the tiniest bit of its power? Let's find out. Well, first thing I notice is that the program itself is huge. My computer and modem were struggling just to download and install it. Once I got it running, I decided to take a slightly different approach to building the game this time around. I want to get the basic mechanics in place before tackling the visuals. So first, we'll drop in a camera and start working on the player movement. This barrel is our player, by the way. Just like in Unity, you code scripts that you attach to your in-game objects. But you have to code the scripts in C++, which is a language I don't know. So I opted to use Unreal's visual scripting system called Blueprints instead. Blueprints are like pre-made blocks of code, and you attach those to your game objects. So first I made a blueprint for the player's movement. Then I used Unreal's built-in physics to add gravity to our ball to make it fall. Then I made 11 spawn points and positioned them in the sky so the ball spawner will know where to spawn balls. Then just like our last game, I added a blueprint that tells the ball to disappear and increase the score if it touches the player, or to disappear and set the score to 0 if it touches the floor. And now that the basic mechanics are in place, I want to lean into the strengths of the engine. Gunther, throw on the RTX. So I went to the Unreal Engine marketplace to get some fancy 3D models. And honestly, this place is awesome. Like, I found this free factory asset pack and it looks amazing. Of course, my computer couldn't run the scene at more than 10 frames per second, but if I stood still, I could take in all its glory. So I picked out my favorite models and threw them into the game. Then I spent just a bit of time working on the lighting and effects to finish off our little catch game. It did end up taking about an hour to build and export just this one scene, but I have to say it looks pretty impressive considering I don't really know what I'm doing. All in all, Unreal Engine is great. It's by no means a lightweight engine and it does have a steeper learning curve, but if you're after cutting edge graphics, robust features, and you're willing to put in some work, Unreal Engine is capable of pretty much anything. And now for Godot, the new kid on the block. Godot is a completely open source and free game engine capable of making 2D and 3D games. And unlike Unreal, it's very lightweight and easy to run. Because Godot is relatively newer, there haven't been a lot of commercial games made with it yet, but its library is growing and there are a ton of cool games in production. So far, Godot is mostly known for making 2D games, but I want to try out some of its 3D capabilities. So I'm going to make a 2.5D game this time around. Like last time, I started by just trying to get the basic mechanics working, and it wasn't too hard to figure them out. Godot uses its own scripting language called GDScript, which is very similar to Python. And after watching just a couple short tutorials, I was able to get the catcher moving left and right. Then I found this nice asset in the Godot asset library called Level Block. It lets you quickly build levels by placing textures on the inside faces of cubes that you can quickly stack together. And now we have the floor and back wall. Then I needed to create some 3D models for the game. I used this cool open source tool called Magica Voxel. It's an easy to learn program that lets you make voxel models, which are basically 3D models made up of a bunch of small cubes. And I thought this pixelated look would fit well with the game. The model I used for the player came with the program, but I did try my hand at making a gold coin to use as our falling object, and I modeled some columns for the background. Then conveniently, someone in the Godot community made a tool to import Magica Voxel files directly into Godot, so that saved me a bit of time. Then I scripted the coins to spawn and the score to update, and had another nice little version of the game running. Overall, I'd have to say my experience using Godot was awesome. It's easy to use coming from Unity, and there's a great community of people supporting it. If you want a game engine that's completely open source, easy to run, and quite versatile, Godot's the way to go. Now to try out GameMaker. I was looking forward to trying GameMaker because I've always heard a lot about it and it's made some incredible titles. Though there may be some exceptions, GameMaker is mostly a 2D game engine, and to me that's really exciting because I love the charm and look of 2D games. So I decided to start by making the art and environment first this time around. GameMaker has a fairly nice sized asset store where I found this cool jungle tile set. It was really fun to build the level, and it's satisfying to see it come together like a little puzzle. GameMaker has a useful layer system so you can place tiles in the foreground and background and anywhere in between. I also really like the layout of GameMaker's interface, like everything feels very accessible and you don't have to dig too deep to find things. Next, I found this animated pixel art Viking on the asset store to use as our player. It was really simple to set up his animations and get a movement script on him. Then I worked on getting these jewels to spawn and fall from the sky for the player to catch. GameMaker uses its own scripting language called GML code, which is kind of like JavaScript. For some reason, the gems kept spawning every frame, but it ended up being a pretty simple fix. Then I added the same logic as in the previous versions of the game for collecting the gems and updating the score. I did add one extra mechanic to this version of the game. 2 fish jump up from the water that you have to dodge, or your score will be reset back to 0. All said and done, I have to say that working in GameMaker was a very pleasant experience. Something about it is just really fun and easy to use. If you're looking for an extremely capable and polished 2D game engine, then GameMaker's the perfect tool. The next game engine is Construct 3. It's the first no-code engine I've tried. That's right, you don't have to know how to program to use it. I couldn't find a definitive list of commercial games made with Construct, but these are a few of them along with some other cool projects still in development. The editor itself looks and works a lot like any other game engine, except it's an online editor that runs in the browser. The way this engine works is you still have your game objects, such as this blue circle I'm using as the player, and this red rectangle I'm using as the ground. But instead of coding scripts, you add these things called behaviors to your game objects to give them functionality. So I'm adding a movement behavior to the blue circle and a behavior called solid to the red rectangle so the player won't fall through it. Then just like that, the player can move and jump on the platform. Then I went on itch.io and found some free pixel art sprites to use instead of our basic shapes. With those, I quickly designed a tiny pirate themed level, and now our pirate player is able to run and jump around in the level. Then I added chests that will fall from the sky for our player to catch. That was easy to do as well. I just added a physics behavior to the sprite. Next, we need to handle the player catching the chests and updating the score. Instead of writing code for this, Construct uses events. All I had to do was add in a collision event and say I want the score to increase when the collision event between the player and chest happens, and an event to reset the score when a chest hits the ground. And by using behaviors and events in this way, I quickly finished our little catch game. Overall, I'd say my experience using Construct 3 was great. It's really cool to be able to quickly get a game up and running without worrying about how to code it. I can definitely see myself using it to make smaller projects and prototypes in the future. Now for another no-code 2D game engine called Gdevelop. I actually couldn't find any well-known commercial games made with Gdevelop because I think it's still an emerging engine. But their website has an impressive showcase of projects, and there's a growing community of developers excited about the engine. On to making our game. Gdevelop has a built-in pixel editor called Pascal, but I decided to use some art from their free asset library. The process for making the game in Gdevelop was very similar to Construct. I was able to quickly get our player moving on a platform by adding behaviors to them. Then I made crates fall from the sky by putting a physics behavior on them. In this version of the game, I added falling missiles that the player has to dodge. And just like with Construct, there's an event system to handle what happens when the player catches a falling crate or gets hit by a missile and the other game mechanics. Then I filled out the level by adding a background with trees and clouds and a score up top. And just like that, we have another finished version of the game. All in all, I'd say Gdevelop is an awesome engine for anyone wanting to try 2D game development for the first time. I can't wait to use it more in the future and see what kind of finished games come out of the community. The next game engine in our experiment is RPG Maker MZ. I was honestly excited to try it out because the old Super Nintendo JRPGs are my childhood. RPG Maker itself has been around forever, and I remember playing the first version of it back in the day thinking I was going to make the next big Final Fantasy. RPG Maker is another no-code engine, and what's cool about it is that it has everything you need to make a game built into it. When you start off a project, it already has a title screen made and your party of 4 characters set up. It actually took me a bit to figure out how to go into the project files and delete the other 3 players because I didn't need them. The movement of the player is already set up, so there's nothing to do there. Then I tried to make a treasure chest fall, or in this case slide down from the top of the screen. RPG Maker has its own event system, but it works a bit differently than Construct and Gdevelop. I had to look up a bunch of stuff, but eventually I managed to get the chest moving across the screen and the player able to collect it. Then I used some built-in tile sets to make the level. This was probably my favorite part of making the game. Next, I used the event system to spawn more chests for the player to collect. There wasn't an easy way to set up the score at the top, so I made an event that triggers this pig to tell you your score when the round is over. Cool, and there we have our functional little game loop. Overall, my impression of RPG Maker is that it's a lot of fun to play around with and it has a ton of charm, but it was the most inflexible of all the game engines I tried. It seems best suited for making a traditional top-down RPG, a visual novel, or a story-rich game. But if you want to make something outside of that, you might consider looking at another engine. Last but not least is a game engine called Scratch, made by MIT as an educational tool but has become so much more. If you go to the website, there are tons of really cool small games and projects made with Scratch. Now let's get to making our game. Scratch is similar to the other engines in many ways. First we make our game objects. I use an image of the seafloor that comes with Scratch as our background. Then I browsed the Scratch library and found an image of a bowl of cheese puffs to use as our character and a fortune cookie as the object that will fall. Then the way you give your in-game objects behaviors is a little different than the other engines. What you do is drag these colored blocks of code from the left over here onto your game object. So for the bowl of cheese puffs, I use a block that says, if the player hits the left arrow key, move the bowl to the left. And another block that says, if they hit the right arrow key, move the block to the right. Then I put some blocks on the fortune cookie that make it fall from a random starting point at the top of the screen and reset when it hits the floor or when the player touches it. Then I made a score and put some code blocks in it to increase the score or reset it. And I wanted to use Scratch's built-in image editor, so I made this fancy octopus for the game. Then I made it drop bananas that the player has to dodge. And that's it. We have a working catch game in Scratch. I have to say that working in Scratch is really enjoyable because it's so simple but still very capable. I think for kids or anyone just wanting to make a game, Scratch is an excellent first engine to get you started. So there you have it. I made the same small game in 8 different engines. I hope this project inspired you, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe so I can keep doing things like this.
Jetzt bei Aldi Talk starten und
Okay.
sparen. Hol dir dein Aldi Talk Starter-Set inklusive SIM-Karte online auf alditalk.de oder in deiner Aldi-Filiale. Nutze bei
Also,
SIM-Aktivierung
ich glaube, ich beende ab hier das Video und